We'll get caught up in, wait a minute, that's my next answer.
Or should I just start that again because I questioned it in the middle? Oh no, I've ruined it. You can just cut some of that out. We now offer,
The middle answer.
I think our teams collaborate. I think our teams collaborate to come up with new ideas. There's always something in this industry that's new, and sometimes that can make it difficult to think of kind of new innovations and things like that, especially with new tech consistently coming out in the market. So we lean on each other. Obviously, people have expertise in different areas, so we look to each other and our clients and come together as a partnership to put new ideas forward.
Following off from the back of what Jess said, really, it's the teams work very closely together, not just with themselves, but also with all of our clients. It's not just what we want to look at invest in, it's also what our clients want. What are they looking to achieve and how can we make them stay one step ahead? Whether it be just buying new off-the-shelf products or going across to the manufacturers and developing something new altogether. That's how we look, just to keep pushing boundaries and staying one step ahead.
Well, they do it in all sorts of ways, but one of the things I'll try and ask the team to focus on is what is the first thing they're going to look at, and in Down2Be that's always the set. So, you know, we do a lot of basic shapes, then we'll fit that to various different budgets, but where we can, I always try and get clients to lean into the themes of their show so that we can design more interesting shapes, layers and graphics for their set. We want to do something that's catching the eye and isn't just kind of run-of-the-mill and boring.
So I think the number one thing would be we kind of try to challenge. We do a lot of instead of we can't, why not? So we try and bring all the teams together, so everyone that's kind of a stakeholder within it. So if we're looking at production, technical, and seeing how we can kind of go above and beyond to make something that's different and new.
I think, and speaking for Gravitate here, but I think I love how I've never heard anyone in our team say we can't do that or we don't do that. Mainly because even if we can't or don't do that, we find a way, and that is very real. Like the R&D team we have is like so impressive, and a lot of the jobs we've done recently may not have been something that we had built ever before, but we always kind of find a way. So I think that's how we're relentlessly pushing creative boundaries.
I think that's something that we do every day. We've never said no to a project or a technology. We're blessed with the fact that we now deal a lot with brands as well as agencies. So originally we had agencies pushing us with new innovation, new ideas, and we've designed and built these. The fun part now is that we can have a huge amount of new technologies going out to both brand and agency. So we're now armed to deal with almost anything thrown at us.
I am going to say something that on the face of it seems a bit boring. Line array. Now, line array is the speaker systems that you see hanging in the air, and they often look like big long columns. That technology over the last 10 years has improved a lot. And what it means is that we can propagate sound over huge areas really evenly and really effectively, and just giving a good experience for everyone in the venue. And because of that technology, all we have to do in a venue setting like the Excel here is a little bit of rigging, and we can hang those same type of speakers that you'll see at Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift festivals. We used to use a type of speaker called point source. You had to have a box and it had to point, so you needed a lot of speakers over a lot of space. We can now do it so much more condensed and neat, hanging from the ceiling, out of the way, giving the best sound for everyone and all the attendees.
Really boring answer as well, because I think a lot of people are giving it is AI. I think, especially in areas of captioning, on the inclusivity side of things, I think there's obviously a lot of international clients going to a lot of different types of events. So having the ability to translate whilst people are speaking, captioning, just so that everybody that is in the room is able to understand what the speakers are saying. And to be honest, even from the client side of things, I think they're going to a lot more of experimental things and trying to make it more of an experience, so that there's more of a pull to get people to actually stand and do something rather than just, oh, that's a nice looking stand.
Big question. I think for us it's like buying, if you go out and buy a mobile phone or a even a toothbrush these days that's smart. People want more for the money. They want a real ROI. So I think with every new bit of technology we've got, whether that's bringing more people onto the stand with something that is motion detection, right the way through to some of our brand new object recognition tables that control other screens across the stand. There's always more of a push now on a return or return on investment. So giving as much rich data back in every application that we design and build, I think for us is key.
So I've just written a whole blog piece on this. I don't think it's ever about one innovation or trend. I think our team is really good at making the tech fit the business problem, and whether that's the first piece of tech they thought of or the newest piece of tech that's out, maybe not, but we make sure it fits their business problem, and like Jez said, it gets them that ROI at the event. Our teams are really good at picking into the briefs and understanding whether that's the right way to go.
I would say that holographic LED is quite a new form of tech on the market. People are really, really interested. It can achieve a lot, and if you do the right things with it, it can be incredible. So yeah, I would say that's probably one of the top of the listings.
LED is always the key one that's up there, but it's not just the product itself, it's how you use it, but also how do you utilise your existing equipment that we already have on the shelves. So I wouldn't say there's one specific bit of kit that is shaping the future. As much as I'd love there to be this one golden egg, it is how are we going to be utilising, the standard screens that we're utilising, how can we integrate more of the LED or even the stuff you don't see, like network solutions throughout the stands, throughout sites and the whole show.
Also, to add to Sam's point on that, Gravitate, our sister company, they create content, they do a lot of interactives, and that completely changes the way that our hardware works. And we always try and put that forward to our clients. You've got an LED wall like we've got behind us, but the content that's on there and that's created can be specifically tailored to each of our clients.
Probably why, and like I said before, I think our teams are really good at picking into a brief and understanding why that's the right piece of tech. I think quite often, rightly so, like some of the stuff we do is amazing, but clients can get caught up in the wow factor of something and think, oh, I want that, but actually ask why, and why does that fit my brief, and is that the right piece of tech to use? So maybe, a lot of them do, but maybe ask why more.
For me, I think we would be able to help a lot more if clients asked us, can we do this technology for this kind of money? And the reason I say that is because unlike a product, we're very, very niche in terms of everything we build is from nothing, so we create for all. If we had something to aim at or price to aim at, it's not like we try and sell the most expensive thing for that. What we try to do is build the very best solution for whatever the money is on the table. So for us, the question of could we do it for this would be brilliant, because the answer would normally be yes, we can.
Or they should always ask, when is the earliest I can send you a PO?
I think our clients could come to us in really early design stages. Obviously, like I said, we've got a big team in the sense of 3 different pillars under our group, and we all have different skills and different ideas. Obviously, Gravitate are extremely creative, so they can help bring ideas to life. So it's about working with our clients and their clients to make that happen.
What would the technicians like for lunch?
A lot of clients do ask, but some probably don't think about, or it's the last thing they think about, is the sustainability side of things. So things like offering tension fabric. We now work with a company called Shelter Suit, who create sleeping bags for the homeless out of reusable graphics, which is really nice. Obviously, if they don't have the dates on the graphics as well, it means they can actually use them at another show. And then obviously, if we're doing things like staging, if there already has carpet on it, then you don't obviously have to throw away the carpet. There's a lot of different things that we can do that I think don't necessarily come to mind and probably aren't discussed